Hello guys, welcome to Ielts SKP 8 Plus. In today's video, you will learn a very important part of your Ielts, that is vocabulary, which is very essential if you want to score high in your Ielts listening, speaking, writing or reading. But it's quite boring to learn all vocabulary words. So in this video, I'm using a quite different and new method of learning vocabulary words. By using that words, it will be interesting for you and easy to remember new vocabulary words. You can use these words in your 4 modules: writing, reading, speaking, and sometime you may listen these words in your IELTS listening, so it will be helpful for you to understand what is being spoken in your IELTS listening. So let's begin with some vocab words, but this method is quite different. As I told you, here you will see a picture and after that guess what we can call this picture, this situation. You can guess it in your own native language, it can be any language. Guess and after that try to understand what is it called in English. Let's begin with first picture. In first picture we can see some persons are working in field. It can be easily noticed that it's quite difficult work. So in our day-to-day language we call it hard work. But if we want to score high for our vocabulary section, so we should call it industrious. A person who does hard work, that is called industrious. You can call it hardworking, diligent, but actually it is industrious. A person who does a lot of hard work, it can be in any field, in factory, that is called industrious. Next word is, in the next picture you can see a person, a guy is sitting near to a lady, is giving someone to her, and on the other side you can see a box where it is written donate. So guys, try to guess. When we give someone, we share our things with other people, what we call that? If a person who share all things which he has with other needy people, what we call that person? Take a second, guess it on your own language, and after that see what we call it in English. So in English language we call it generous. A person who is willing to give, share all things which he had with needy people is called generous. For instance, my uncle, who is doctor, is quite generous. He always help needy people by giving them free medicines, by free medical checkups. So he is generous. He is willing to give his money, sharing his money and his talent as well. In the third picture, you can see three girls are talking with each other. They are laughing. So what we call it when a person does a lot of talking? Think it. And let's see. In English we call it talkative. When a person talks a lot is called talkative. You can speak it in your IELTS speaking if you are describing a person. For instance, if you're describing a friend, so you can say, I like my friend because she's very talkative. And guys, in the next picture, you can see so many persons raising hand towards one person. It shows that they are saying that we trust you. It might be difficult for you to judge whether what is picture saying, but I have used this picture to describe that some persons are saying that we trust you, and when so many people trust a person, it means that person is a kind of person to whom we can trust. What we call this, what you call this in your native language, a person whom we can trust. Sometimes we call it trustworthy in English, but if you want to use a better word, you can use reliable. Reliable means a person to whom we can trust. For instance, that leader is reliable, that person is reliable, means we can trust for all things which we are expecting from him. And guys, in the next picture, you can see a girl is crying and the second girl is helping her. So she is caring her. And when a person cares for others, what we call that person? Usually we say careful. But if you wanted to score high for your vocabulary, you should use the word considerate. Considerate means a person who cares for others. For instance, I am considerate. I care for others. And guys, in the next picture, a person is describing things to other persons. When a person who has ability to describe things to other peoples, we call that person, I'm not going to speak here, just take a second and guess what we call the person who has ability to handle things, who describe things to people, who has ability to handle the situation. Well, in English we call that born leader, a person who has leadership qualities. For instance, you can say, my younger brother is born later. My friend is born later. And guys, in the next picture, we can see a lot of people, lot of guys, young persons are enjoying. So, when a person can easily mix up with others, like they are laughing because they can easily mix up with each other. So, what we call that person? Well, in English, we call that extrovert, a person who likes the company of other people is called extrovert, an outgoing person. And guys, the next word is, see this picture. In this picture, we can see Mahatma Gandhi. I think here one is Abraham Lincoln. I don't know all of the leaders, but in this picture, all people are leaders, and they all are famous for some reasons. People love them. They all have so many followers. Why? Because they have some good qualities. And if a person to whom so many people follow who have good qualities is called, what we call that person? Take a second and guess. What we call Narendra Modi, Mahatma Gandhi, Abraham Lincoln, all those leaders who have so many good qualities. Well guys, we call that charismatic. A person who has so many leadership qualities are called charismatic. Definition of this vocabulary word meaning is, this kind of people use their skills to get people on their side from professional, social, or ideological point of views. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi is charismatic leader. It means he has ability to get so many followers, to get so many people on his side. And in the next picture, you can see two girls, and from the picture, we can guess that they have good relationship with each other. They care for each other, and this is called affectionate. A person who is loving, caring. It can be anything. Sometime, if your brother is so caring, instead of saying my brother is so caring, you can say my brother, yeah, or I have affectionate brother, affectionate message, anything that thing is loving and caring for you. And guys, this is the last, very interesting. In this picture, we can see a lady, and she's saying, officer, they told me that I won a car and I must send all the money. I have to fuel it. Now their phones are dead. It means that lady had just listened, answered some phone calls, and trusted them, whatever they were saying. She sent her all money to them. It means she did trust them. She trusted them, and now their phones are dead. It means, what does it mean? It means that lady has easily trusted a company, a person who has called her without knowing some essential things. And these kind of people who believe easily some things, who believe easily, in fact very easily, are called in English gullible. A person who trusts everyone very easily without getting details is called gullible. And guys, these were the words. I hope it would be very helpful for you. Let me know if I can help you in other ways. Thanks for watching this video. Guys, please like this video, share this video, and don't forget to subscribe my channel, guys. Have a good time.